everyone and welcome to another Nanoo video. My name is Rachel and today I'm going to teach you some easy card games to play with children and teenagers. Now I love to play cards. As a family we always play them on holiday and we used to play them when we were off sick as kids. So they're a great way to kind of spend some time with your family, play some games. Let's start. So the first thing you'll need is a pack of cards. Now in a pack of cards there are different suits. You've got clubs, spades, hearts, and diamonds. Now what you don't need for any of these games are the joker cards. So most packs of cards come with 2 jokers. So we're just going to exclude those. And all packs of cards should have 52 cards. That might sound like a lot, but all of these games are not very long, and then maybe the ones for slightly older children and teenagers could take a bit more time and are a bit more thought-provoking. So the first game I'm going to teach you how to play is put. But first of all, you can't play cards by yourself. We're going to need a special guest. Here we go, I'm here with Scott, he's my boyfriend. We are self-isolating together and he's having a cup of tea and a cookie which was made by another one of our special guests, Daisy.
Thanks, Daisy.
So first game we're going to play is put. Very easy game. This is a great way to introduce your kids to different cards, the suits, the difference between number cards and face cards. So the first thing you need to do is deal out the whole of the pack. Okay, so once you've dealt out all the cards, do not look at them. You see, you've broken the rules already. In this game is to collect all of the cards. You want to have every single card by the end of this game. The rules are, we're going to start to put cards down, and when you come up to a face card, that's when you have to do something. So if you come up against a jack, so if I put a jack down, the other player would have to put 1 card. And then if he puts 1 card and it's not another face card, I win. If it's a queen, you put 2 cards, a king, you put 3 cards, and an ace, you put 4 cards. So let's have a little run through of how this works. Scott can go first. So you just keep putting cards down. If it's not a face card, this is great. So Scott has got a king. Can you remember what that means, Scott?
No.
Means you have to put 3 cards down. So I, because Scott put it down, have to go 1, 2, But I've had another face card put down. So Scott, how many cards do you have to put down?
Put down 3.
Go on then. 2, 3. Oh, the sneaky boy. So I have to put 1 card down because it's a jack. Came back and got you there.
Got 3 to go.
3, on you go. Yes! So I win. I get all these cards. And like I said, the aim of the game is to get all of the cards. Hope you enjoyed that first game. That's a nice easy game, doesn't really last too long, easy to teach kids what cards are what. The next game we're going to play is Switch, or as most people would know it as Uno. So if you don't have a pack of Uno cards, you can play Uno with a pack of cards at home. So just like Uno, you deal out 7 cards and you have the remaining cards as a little pile. And what you have to do is you have to play the same number or the same suit. Change suit, you use an ace. So let's learn how to play this. So here are the cards that I've got, and a top tip is to put all the cards of the same suit together to make it easier to play with. I've got my spades, my clubs, an ace, which can change the suit, and a heart. So the first thing to do to start is you turn a card over from the pile. So Scott, why don't you go first? So you can play a 4 or a diamond. So he's played a 2 of diamonds. Now I have no diamonds and no 2s, so I'm going to play my ace. You can play any ace on top of any cards, and I'm going to change it to clubs. He just played 2 cards at once. Cheating. Okay, so now, I don't have a 9 and I don't have a club, so I have to pick up from the pack. Oh, but I got a club, so I can play that straight away. What are you going to change it to, Scott?
I'm going to change it to spades.
Change it to spades. Oh, and once you get to the last card, what do you say? Uno.
Uno.
You didn't say Uno though. Oh, but he can win this time, so Scott is the winner. That's how you play Uno with a pack of cards. I really like that game. And if you want to play more than just one game, maybe do first to get to 3, 5, 10, depends how much time you have. So it's a really great game to play. The next game we're going to play is a really long game. So if you've got some time, which most of us have right now. This is a good game to pass the time. So this is called War. And the first thing you have to do is deal out all of your pack of cards. So once you've dealt out all of the cards, just like put, don't look at them. And the aim of the game, like put, is to get all of the cards in your possession. What you're going to do is you and your partner are going to put your cards side by side. And the person's card is higher than the other, so a queen is higher than a 2, wins. So again, this is a really great game to do math skills, learning which number is higher than the other, learning face cards. Great game for that. This is how the game gets its name. If you have 2 cards of the same, you have a war. So what you have to do is you have to get one of your cards and put them face down. And then you have to count to 3, and whoever has the card that's highest wins all of these cards. So ready? 3, 2, 1.
No.
Oh, I win. So I win all of the cards that were here. Now we're moving on to some games that are maybe better for slightly older children or teenagers to play. The first one we're going to teach you how to play is Rummy. So for this one, you need to deal out 7 cards to everyone apart from one person who gets 8 cards. So Scott is going to get 1 extra card. And the aim of the game for this is to get rid of all your cards, so you don't want to have any cards at the end of it. And in this one, you have to try and get runs. So you have to try and get 3 or 4 of the same number, or 3 or more of a run. So 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, all of those sorts of things. It's quite a confusing game, so we will play a game for you and teach you how to do it. Here are my cards. So this would be how I would start to think about my cards. So I've got a 5 and a 6 that are both spades. What else have I got? I've got a Jack and a 9, which I could put a 10 in to get a little run there. So these cards can't really do anything right now. Scott has got the 8th card though, so he has to throw a card away. So you've got your pick up pile and your throw away pile. So Scott has to throw away first. So my options now is that I can either pick up the top card from the throwaway pile, or I can pick a card up from the fresh pile. So I don't need that card, so I'm going to pick this one up. So a 3 of spades, so that's good because I could put it in there and get a 4, or I could also start to get some 3s. But I have to throw away a card, so I'm going to throw away my 7. So Scott has put down for the first time, so he has put down a run of 3, 4, 5. So if I had already put down, I could add to this one, but I can't right now. So before you put down, you always pick up. So now he has to throw away a card into the disposable pile. I'm going to pick up. Ooh, so I'm now in a sticky situation. I think I'm going to throw away my Jack because I have the choice of 2 9s and a 10. Okay. Oh, so I could take that 9. And now I can put my 3 9s in there. And now I have to throw one away, so this is looking quite good. I'm going to throw away this one. So now if I'd had a 6 or a 2, I could have added it to this pile, but I don't. So we'll keep going. So he's added a 9 because he's already put down, but now he has to throw one away. He's getting less and less cards, but then it gets a little bit more difficult. Oh, I can put that down there, but then I have to get rid of one of these. So I think I'm going to get rid of this one because if I get a 4, I can just put that away immediately. So Scott has thrown away, usually you wouldn't be seeing the other person's cards, but Scott has thrown away the card I need, the 4 of spades. And that means that I have won. Now we're on to our final game, which is arguably the most confusing one, but it's our favourite one to play. This is what we call magic cards. It has lots of other names, so you might have already played it, but we're calling it magic cards. The dealing for this is a little bit interesting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put 3 cards face down in front of Scott and 3 cards face down in front of me. Okay, and then you want to deal the other person 6 cards and yourself 6 cards. Before we start, I'm going to explain the rules. So it's called magic cards because there are several magic cards which I will put somewhere on the screen. So the magic cards are 3, which burns immediately. We'll explain what burning and stuff means as we go along. 7, which is invisible. 10, which burns the whole pack. 9, which you have to play lower than, and 2 restarts the pack. If you're playing with more than 2 people, you can use 8, and that can mean switch the direction that you're playing in. But we've only got 2 of us, so we're just going to play with the magic cards 2, 3, 7, 9, and 10. Here are my starting cards. So as you can see, I've got 2 magic cards, a 2 and a 7, and I've got quite high cards, this is a good hand to start with. So what you have to do is you have to put what you think are your 3 best cards on top of these cards that you have put in front of you. So I'm going to put my 2 magic cards, so my 2 and my 7, and then I'm going to put my ace because it's my highest card, but it's what you think is the best tactic. Here's what Scott's gone from. So he's got a 7, a 10, so 2 magic cards, and a high card as well, a king. The person with the lowest card goes first, and then you must play higher than the person that's gone before you, unless you play a 9. So Scott, you can go first because I've got quite high cards. So Scott's played 2 8s, so I have to play higher than that. I'm going to play a jack, and after each time you've played, you have to pick up. So you have to always have 3 or more cards in your hand. So it's Scott's turn.
So I've got a 3, I'm going to burn that.
Yep, so he burns that immediately and picks up.
And then I can play a jack.
A jack. So I'm going to play my 2 queens. If you've got cards that are the same, you can play them at the same time. So I put 2 queens down, pick up. Oh, so I got a 3. So I can put that in the burn pile and pick up again. So Scott, it's your turn to play.
So I don't have anything that's higher, so I start again.
Great for me because I've got 4, a very low card. So I can play that and pick up. He's played an ace. I don't have higher than an ace, so I can play my 2, my magic card. Got a 3, which I can throw out. So we've both thrown out our 3s. Pick up another card. It's getting quite low here, but it's Scott's turn to play. He's played an invisible one, so I don't have any higher than a king. So here comes the painful part. I have to pick all of these cards up. Here we go, after I've picked up, here's all of my cards. It's going really well for me. Scott gets to go first because I picked up. So he's going to go for 2 5s. Oh, I've got a 5. So he's played a 9, so I have to play lower than that. I'm going to get rid of my 4s. I have 3 8s. And if I have 4 of the same kind of cards, so 4 8s, I can burn the whole pack. I can do it again, look. 3 jacks, makes 4 jacks, burn. Now he has to play lower than a 9. Oh, so he's played a 10, burns the whole pack, and he gets to play again. If you burn, you get to play again. So there we go, I'm back down to 3 cards now, and they're only magic cards. Oh, he burns again. So I can play a 7, it's invisible. So because there's a 4 under there, I can play a 4 on top if I want to, because it's invisible. And there we go. So I have finished all of my cards. Scott, what about you?
Yes.
Finished. So now we move on to these cards. So he went first, so he gets to play his top cards first. You have to make it through all your top cards. So Scott has now completed his top cards, so now it's a guessing game. You just have to go for it and try and win with your underneath cards. Go for it. So he's played a queen, but I've got 2. Oh, an ace. So I have to try and get higher than an ace. Oh, another ace! Can he beat that?
This ain't going good.
No, it's lower than a 9. So he has to pick all those up and play those in his hand. But I can keep going, so I'm going to go. Oh, a 9. So he has to play lower than a 9. I also have to play lower than a 9, so come on, this card, lower than a 9. Yes! I win! I hope you've enjoyed those card games there. They're really easy to play. Great for some for younger kids and some for a little bit older kids. You can play these games with as many people as you want. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and leave some comments on Facebook for me to see you playing them and if you enjoyed them. But I hope to see you again soon. Bye!